The D5 RIID is the world's smallest and lightest RIID with the ultimate radiation detection performance. Weighing in at only 660 grams, the D5 RIID is lightweight and small enough to be easily held and operated for long periods of time using only one hand. The buttons on the keypad are spaced to prevent incorrect operation, even when the user is wearing personal protective equipment. On the D5 RIID, we have a backlit screen, which is visible in both low and bright light. There is a keypad, which is used for all device operation. On the top of the device, there is an LED, which gives peripheral feedback through light, colour and operation. On the bottom of the device, we have a USB-C port, which is used for data transfer and charging. And on the back of the device, there is a compartment for replaceable batteries. The D5 RIID has an internal rechargeable battery and also replaceable batteries. Both battery options can be used individually or can be used in conjunction. So to access the battery compartment, the D-clip can just be lifted and turned. The choice behind the D-clip was to make sure that a person could access the battery compartment without the need for extra tools, and it is designed to be used while wearing personal protective equipment. So the battery compartment can be accessed and batteries can be removed and replaced. To turn on the D5 RIID, press and hold the power button for approximately 2 seconds until the screen illuminates. The D5 RIID has 3 different modes of operation: search mode without ID, search mode with ID, and confirmation mode. In search mode without ID, a source will be detected but not identified. So an alert like high gamma will show, for example. So if I bring a source close to the device here, you can see the high gamma alarm, and you can see that there is an active alarm in the top left-hand corner. The second mode is search mode with ID, which can be enabled in the device settings. This is shown in the upper left-hand corner here, in that there is an ID icon. This will be crossed out if the device is in search mode without ID. So, as opposed to in search mode without ID, when the device would alert as high gamma, in search mode with ID, the device will both detect and identify an isotope. So if a source is brought in close to the device, you can see the instant identification there and how quickly that is. You can also see that this has been identified as americium-241. It's been classified as an industrial isotope, and here you can see this is 1 of 1. So if multiple isotopes had been detected, it would show 1 of however many. The third mode is confirmation mode. This allows a user to take a longer scan and collect spectral data, which is then saved in ANSI N42.42 file format. The scan time is set at 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, or can be a variable scan time of the user's choosing. So if we bring in a source and put that here and click Start ID, you could see that an americium source was detected. It was classified as industrial. I was then asked if I wanted to take a new background or use the saved background on the device, and then could save the spectral file in ANSI N42.42 file format. If a user wants to locate a source, they can go into the device localization mode. You can access this from the menu by moving to localize. The device will beep. It beeps approximately every 1 second during normal operation, so when it's showing background. If I move a source closer, the beep frequency increases. If I move that source further away, you can see clearly a peak here in the gamma count rate when the source was brought closer. Gamma counts are shown in yellow and neutron counts are shown in blue. The D5 RIID also has a history section which shows the most recent identifications collected during confirmation mode. If a confirmation mode scan is navigated to and selected, you can see the spectral data collected. Using the up and down cursors, you can move through the different energies to see the specific counts at each of these energies, and so quite clearly locate different peaks. You also get a summary of the information, including the maximum gamma, maximum neutron and maximum dose experienced during that scan. Using the scale button, you can move through the different energies to show a larger energy range. From the main menu, the settings menu can be accessed. From here I'm just going to show you a few key settings. So Wi-Fi communications and Bluetooth communications can be enabled on the device. There's also a remote mode. Accessing this mode means that you can use the D5 settings tool to extract confirmation mode files remotely, and so that the device can be used in something like a high temperature environment or a high radiation environment, for example, or mounted to other equipment. You can also enable and disable search mode with RIID, access the radionuclide library, set alarm thresholds, and there are different levels of users on the device, so a routine user can access any settings not protected by this padlock. A restricted user must have a PIN to access any of these settings. So alarm thresholds has the dose thresholds, the values for the total count alarm for background, and all of different kind of alarm thresholds. There's also the ability to enable or disable gamma counts per second or accumulated dose. So this would be shown on the search mode screen. So for example, if I enable accumulated dose and move back to the search mode screen, you can see my accumulated dose is shown here with my dose rate here and neutron rate here. To power down the device, simply press and hold the power button for approximately 5 seconds until the device is shown to be shutting down.